What is the spiritual dream meaning of rats?
I want you to think about something. What if the man who literally powered the modern world died broke and completely alone, destroyed by the very people he trusted the most? And what if the warning signs were there the whole time, but he just refused to listen?
That man was Nikola Tesla. And look, he didn't just contribute to our modern world. He literally built it. That alternating current powering your lights right now, that was Tesla. Radio? Tesla. The motor that runs, well, pretty much everything? Tesla. But none of that genius, none of it was enough to save him.
You see, the world, and yeah, the people he trusted the most, they absolutely destroyed him for his vision. I mean, Thomas Edison, his old boss, launched this just cold-blooded smear campaign. He was publicly electrocuting animals, for God's sake, just to make Tesla's work look dangerous. And then, his own financial backer, JP Morgan, the moment he realized you can't put a price tag on free energy for everyone, he pulled every single dime.
So, Tesla's vision? It was beautiful. A world with free, wireless energy for everybody. A planet connected by trust. But what did he get instead? Metered profits, stolen credit, and just brutal, cold-blooded betrayal.
He was surrounded by sophisticated, well-dressed, well-connected rats, and he ignored every single warning sign, handing over his trust to people who were just quietly gnawing away at the very foundations of his life's work, right there in the dark.
So here's the message. Don't be Tesla. Do not ignore the warnings your mind is screaming at you.
This brings us to you. When you dream of rats, it's not just some weird dream. No, you are receiving a transmission. It's an urgent message, and it's demanding that you answer some very, very specific questions.
Let's get right to it. Is there a person in your life, right now, who smiles to your face but is secretly working against you? Your dream is demanding you name them. So think about it, right now. Who is it?
Next question. Your loyalty, it's a precious resource, right? So are you wasting it? Are you staying loyal to someone, something, maybe somewhere, that has already betrayed your trust? Someone who has proven they don't deserve it?
Okay, let's go deeper. Is there something rotting in the foundation of your life that you've just been refusing to look at? Maybe it's a relationship, your career, a belief you have about yourself. What's that one thing you know is wrong, but you just keep turning away from?
And what about you? Are you operating from survival mode? Are you scavenging for scraps? Scraps of love, of validation, of opportunity, when you absolutely deserve abundance? Your dream is telling you, hey, you were made for so much more than this.
And here's the final question, and it might be the most important one. What have you been too afraid, too kind, or just too damn exhausted to confront? What is it? You need to name it, because your life might actually depend on it.
Okay, but here's where this whole thing gets so much deeper. The disgust we feel for rats? That's a cultural lie. The rat is not filth. It is a symbol of incredible, immense power.
I mean, look at this. In the West, what do we see? Filth, disease, betrayal, something to exterminate, right? But if you look at Eastern traditions, or even just psychology, the rat is something else entirely. It's cunning. It's a survivor. It's a guide, a protector. It's not a sign of decay. It's a carrier of truth.
Think about it. In the Chinese zodiac, the rat is number one. It's the ultimate symbol of being cunning, resourceful, a survivor. And in Hinduism, the rat is the sacred vehicle for Lord Ganesha. You know, the god who removes obstacles. Let that sink in. The rat doesn't just survive the impossible, it carries a god through it.
This all connects directly to what the psychologist Carl Jung called the shadow. You know, the feared, suppressed, denied parts of yourself. The rat is the perfect symbol for that. It lives in the sewers and in the walls of our own minds. So, if a rat shows up in your dream, your psyche is basically screaming at you, look where you've been refusing to look.
And if you want a more modern take, look at it from a cognitive behavioral therapy angle. It's even more direct. It means your brain's internal threat detection system has been triggered. Your subconscious has picked up on a real threat that your conscious mind is busy making excuses for, minimizing, or just plain denying. That dream? That's the alarm bell ringing.
So what does this all boil down to? What's the core truth here? The rat is not some invader. It's your protector in the dark. It is the truth, forcing its way into your dreams.
Let me be perfectly clear. Your dreams are not noise.
In fact, they're the most honest thing your mind even produces. Why? Because they bypass all your defenses, all your excuses. There's no rationalizing, no minimizing, just raw, unfiltered, symbolic truth.
So that rat you saw in your dream, it is not your enemy.
It's your protector. It's the part of you standing watch while you sleep, shouting the warnings that you desperately need to wake up and finally hear.
And ignoring that warning, that's not being mature. It's not being graceful. It's being Tesla. And ignoring it could cost you absolutely everything.
Listen. Part 2. Let's get right into it. When you dream of a rat, it's not just one thing. It's a language. And everything matters. What the rat is doing, what it looks like, how you feel. All of it changes the message completely.
So if you're having these dreams, listen up. This is not random noise from your brain. Your subconscious is speaking a very specific language to tell you something absolutely vital about your life, something you're missing right now. And every little detail, every variation of that dream, it's an urgent dispatch from your inner life. This isn't something to file away for later. It needs to be decoded now.
Okay, let's start with the most obvious ones. Think of these dreams as blaring sirens. They are screaming at you about threats, about betrayals, about things on the outside that you've been pretending aren't as bad as they are.
Being chased by rats? This is a classic, right? And being chased always means you're avoiding something. In this case, you're running from some kind of corruption, a betrayal, a fear you won't look at. And here's the bottom line, you have to stop running. The first step, just name it. You don't have to fix it today, but you have to name it. Because the second you name it, the chase stops.
Now, what if the rats are in your home? Location is everything here. Your home and a dream, that's you. That's your inner life, your psyche. So rats inside? That means the threat isn't outside your door, it's already in. The damage, the betrayal, it's coming from someone in your inner circle, someone who already has a key.
And then it escalates. A rat biting you. This is not a warning about something that might happen. It's a flashing neon sign that the betrayal has already happened. The harm is done. And you're trying to downplay it. This dream is an intervention. It's forcing you to look at the wound, to stop minimizing the pain, because that's the only way you can actually begin to heal.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. The next set of dreams are different. They're not about some enemy out there. They're about what's going on inside. They're about all the stress, all the little problems you've been sweeping under the rug, and now they've piled up.
A swarm of rats, it feels like pure chaos, right? But it's not random. A swarm is the direct result of you putting up with things you shouldn't have for way too long. This is the dream you get when you've been playing caretaker for the whole world, absorbing everyone else's stress and completely ignoring yourself. Well, the swarm? That's the bill coming due.
But sometimes your psyche throws you a bone. It gives you a gift, a dream of baby rats or a nest. This is a heads up. It's a warning that comes before everything blows up. It's telling you, hey, this problem, it's still small. This toxic thing, it's just starting. You can handle it now, but the message is urgent. Deal with it now, or this little nest is going to become that swarm we just talked about.
But look, not all of these dreams are scary warnings. Some of them are actually about your own power. They're your psyche's way of telling you that it's time to move, that you're finally ready.
Killing a rat in a dream? Seriously, this is one of the most empowering signals you can get. Your subconscious isn't just throwing this at you for no reason. It's telling you that you absolutely have the strength to eliminate whatever's corrupting your life. The time is now. You're not the one being acted upon anymore. You're the one taking action.
Then there's the dead rat. This is about release. It's your psyche telling you that you cannot build something new and alive on top of something that's dead and rotten. It's a command, really. Stop trying to revive that dead-end job, that toxic relationship, that old version of you. Let what is over finally be over.
Now, white rats. Pay very close attention here. This isn't about a cute pet. A white rat is a powerful, powerful symbol. It means transformation is on its way, but it's coming through a channel you would never expect. Something that probably makes you uncomfortable. That thing that's unsettling you right now, that might just be the door to your next evolution. So whatever you do, don't flinch.
All right, now for the hard part, the really hard part, the dreams where the message is coming from inside the house. These dreams turn the mirror right back on you, and they demand total, brutal honesty. Because sometimes the problem, well, it's you.
If you see a black or a dark rat, you're dealing with your shadow. Something is being hidden.
Either someone's hiding something from you or, and let's be honest, it's usually this one, you are hiding something from yourself. This dream is forcing you to ask the one question you absolutely do not want to answer.
And here's where it gets really interesting. What if the rat is tame or even friendly? This is your subconscious getting sophisticated. It's asking you to look at the so-called shameful traits of the rat, its cunning, its resourcefulness, its fierce self-protection, and see them for what they are: strengths. These are the very things you've been told are bad or selfish, and your psyche is screaming at you that they're not just strengths, they're essential for your survival. It's time to take them back.
But the most confrontational dream of all is when you are the rat. Think about it: hiding, scavenging, surviving on whatever you can find. Your psyche is holding up a mirror, and it is not pretty. It's showing you that you've adapted so completely to scarcity that you've forgotten what abundance even feels like. You're living on scraps of love, of respect, of opportunity. This dream isn't a message, it's an accusation, and it's demanding you figure out why.
So what happens if these dreams keep coming, night after night, the same rat, the same chase, the same bite? It means the message is getting louder because you're not listening. Your inner life isn't repeating itself for fun. The urgency is ramping up, and it will not stop until you finally turn around and look.
The message isn't going away, it's just going to get louder. So, are you listening?
Part 3. The warning came. Now we act. Because, look, a warning sign you don't act on, that just becomes the story you tell later about how you saw it all coming and did nothing. And this is exactly it. Your dream wasn't a suggestion. It was intel. That rat was a messenger. And these are the tools you're going to use to act on that message. Today, not tomorrow, not when the whole foundation is already crumbled. Let's go. First things first, we look outward. You have to assess your environment and the people in it with a stone-cold, honest eye. This is about being smart, not paranoid. So, this first tool, it's for you. Yeah, you. The woman who feels that little knot in her stomach, who senses something is off in her inner circle, or who has to navigate those polished, smiling dangers at work. You know exactly who you are. I want you to run a trust audit. This is not optional, and I want you to do it in the next 48 hours. Grab a piece of paper, 2 columns. Left side, list every single person with access to you. Right side, answer one brutal question. Have they ever cost you money, peace, a promotion, and then just brushed it off? Even once? This isn't about being mean. It's about seeing what's actually there. You know, this is the classic trap. Just look at Nikola Tesla, a certified genius who died with nothing because he poured all that brilliance into his work, but none of it into the people around him. You cannot afford that. You absolutely cannot afford to be a genius in your work and a fool in your relationships. Okay, now we turn inward. We've audited the outside world. Now it's time to gather intelligence from the inside. Your subconscious is an asset, and we're about to tap it for everything it knows. And let's be really clear, this is not some fluffy, feel-good journaling. This is a clinical level tool. For the next 30 days, before your hand even thinks about touching your phone in the morning, you're gonna write down your dreams. Even if it's just a tiny fragment, even if it's just a feeling, you're pulling the data out of your head and onto the page where you can see the patterns your waking mind is desperate to ignore. And hey, if you're the kind of person who loves data, you're gonna love this. Take it a step further. Make a simple tracking table like this one for 2 weeks. On the left, write down the main stressor of your day. On the right, what you remember from your dream. After 14 days, you will have a heat map, a literal map showing you exactly where the fires are burning in your life. No more pretending you don't know. Or you can get even more direct. Tonight, do a dream incubation. Write one question on a piece of paper. What do I most need to see right now? And put it by your bed. You're literally giving your subconscious an assignment. Just be ready to write down the answer the second you wake up. So you've gathered the intelligence, both internal and external, but listen, data is totally useless if you don't do something with it. It is time to intervene decisively. You already know the answer to this. What is it? That one specific, honest, terrifying conversation that's been eating you alive. Name it. Let's just cut to the chase. There is no perfect time. There is only a choice between 2 costs. The cost of waiting, which gets more expensive every single day, or the cost of saying it, which is one hard conversation. Your dream is not telling you to burn it all down. It's telling you to be honest. So write it out, get your thoughts straight, and have that talk within a week.
period. And if what you're carrying feels too heavy to hold alone, then get a witness. And I do not mean a friend who will just tell you what you want to hear. I mean a trained professional, a therapist, a mentor, who will hold up a mirror to your blind spots. This is preventative care, not crisis management. Book the appointment before you finish watching this. All right, finally, we recalibrate the entire system. These last tools are all about changing your internal state. We're going to shift your nervous system from a default setting of threat to one of power. Your body is the most sophisticated threat detection system you will ever own. So for the next 21 days, I want you to do this. After every single significant interaction, a meeting, a call, a conversation, just stop. For 60 seconds, put your hand on your chest, take 3 deep breaths, and ask yourself, what did I just feel? Write down one word. You're building a real-time physiological record of what actually impacts you. You need to get this into your head. That little tightening in your chest, that sudden wave of exhaustion after talking to someone, that is not you being irrational or too sensitive. It is data, pure and simple. Start treating it like the valuable intelligence it is. Lastly, you have got to signal abundance to yourself. And no, this isn't about spending a bunch of money. It's about self-respect you can see and feel. Use the good dishes on a Tuesday for no reason. Wear that outfit that makes you feel like a CEO. These are not silly, trivial things. They are deliberate signals to your nervous system that you are not living in survival mode anymore. So you start today. Not when things are perfect, not when you feel ready. You will never feel ready. You shift your baseline from surviving to thriving. And from that new place, completely different, better decisions. They just become possible. Today. Today is when it gets better. So here's the bottom line. You got the warning, you've got the tools. Your own mind has handed you a map that shows exactly where the treasure is buried and where the traps are. The only question is, are you going to use it?